our Central Ozarks Medical Center, hometown hero. And this week, Chris, one that we're very familiar with and
Yeah.
both love. It's the FCA's Kathy Weisen.
Yes, indeed. So FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, such a huge player all over the country. It's become worldwide, but it's a big entity here at the lake, and Kathy Weisen is the big reason for that. She kind of heads up the Fellowship of Christian Athletes here, not just in the lake area, but I mean, she is traveling all the time. She told me one time how many schools she had, and it was unreal. I mean,
At
it was
one point
like
in time, it was 58.
unbelievable.
And they divided the divisions or the areas, and that went down a little bit, which she actually struggled with letting go. But as I have, Kathy Weisen, she grew up in Arlington, Texas, and moved to Janesville, Wisconsin when she was 10 years old in fourth grade, and then lived there through high school. She really wanted to be a coach or youth minister, and she thought it was funny how God has combined those two abilities to bring her. She came to FCA because the opening of the area representative, then that brought her to this area. And she had said she had visited the lake a couple of times, but this was what intrigued her the most, was the FCA, and she wanted to live by water. She goes, just as the Chiefs and Mahomes are revered today, she grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan, looking up to Tom Landry and Roger Staubach, who are huge in the FCA, and obviously you're familiar with that. So she grew up a Cowboys fan, and in Wisconsin, she said, she read 2 tracts from church as a teenager about their Christian faith, that being Tom Landry and Roger Staubach, and that, of course, influenced her to become a Christian. She said, when I was a baby living in Texas, my mom got pulled over while bringing me home from the doctor's appointment because they were searching for President Kennedy's killer.
Wow.
And she goes, yes, this kind of dates me
1963,
a little bit.
I think, right?
I guess. Now, in my 20s and 30s, she got to go on 2 free trips to Europe that she won. In one of her trips, she and the boys' coach were asked to coach high school teams in Switzerland, where the sponsors backed out last minute. They said free, and Kathy said yes. A second trip that she won at a basketball clinic in Chicago, the drawing was held upstairs where there was a session downstairs for women's coaches. She said Debbie Ryan from Virginia was speaking. A coach from my conference came down next session and said I won the trip because I was not at the upstairs session. They drew a second name. I stood up and told everyone they were my witness, and I was at basketball session. The gentleman's name I had to find was Harry. This story was a long story for when she came on for the community spotlight. So this doesn't give a great insight, but Kathy is revered in the lake area because of her love for these high school coaches and the way that she pours in to these student athletes. Her area representative position is very unique, and somehow Kathy's able to spread all of her time out evenly and be there. And so I thought about the importance of Kathy's role, and we see it every single year at the FCA Team Drive Banquet, and you hear these students speak and talk about what FCA has done for them. But I thought some of the people in the area that have witnessed and been closest to Kathy would be able to say it best. And so Superintendent Matt Davis from Eldon said, Kathy has made a tremendous impact on our school and community. Her passion to meet and encourage our coaches weekly has made a difference in our coaches' lives. Our community is better because of Kathy Weisen. Dr. Billy Kurtz from Camdenton said Kathy is an inexhaustible resource for the coaches, huddle leaders, and FCA students in the area. She has at least 8 months ahead in her planning for power camps and facility usage for other needs each year, and never leaves an opportunity to spread the word to chance. She doesn't just wait for the happenings, but organizes deliberate opportunities for kids to share their testimonies, coaches to work as well as recharge, and in doing so, provides road to service for many others. That's Dr. Billy Kurtz. Coach Jeff Shore. Kathy is extremely dedicated to spreading the good word through FCA. She always has a positive attitude and great work ethic when it comes to spreading the gospel through sports. Congratulations, Kathy, said Coach Jeff Shore. And then Jason Whittle said, Kathy Weisen is one of the most incredible people I've ever had the privilege of getting to know. She selflessly serves the entire lake area and then some by pouring into our coaches and our students. Her contributions through FCA into our community will be felt for a very long time. Her passion for people in Christ is contagious, and I'm so thankful for our coaches and for our kids that they get to experience her servant leadership. Thank you, Kathy, for all you do. That's Jason Whittle, and her impact will go far and vast for years and years. And another thing people don't realize, which I think is cool, she's the color commentator for the Mizzou women's basketball program, and she also is their team chaplain for home games and very involved. I actually went into her office. We were working on the FCA home team banquet one year, and she was hand cutting cards for all of the senior girls. That night was senior night for the Mizzou women's basketball, and she was hand cutting senior cards for each one of them. So while she was at the FCA, working, and so just amazing, gives a little idea of how special she is. And I know you think the world of Kathy Weisen. You've got to see her firsthand. She's pretty special.
She is. Wonderful lady, changing lives every day, literally changing and saving lives every day. So she deserves this honor.
Kathy, you're so awesome. We appreciate you, and thanks for all you do. It's why you're this week's Central Ozarks Medical Center's hometown hero.